These are what we'll be making today. This is the flower pot we're going to be making today, or painting. It's very easy. You take a toothpaste cap, and you see all those beautiful little ridges on it? Yeah, it works really well. Then I use metallic copper paint and a paintbrush and paint it. And you only have to paint the outside. And the rim around the top would help. So I'm going to paint that and let it dry, then I'll be back. Here's the little flower pot. You don't have to paint the inside because you're just going to take a little piece of clay and shove it down in there, and then you're going to take your wire with the flower on the tip, and this is just a scrap flower that I made, so forgive its ugliness. You just take your little flower and cut it to the right length to fit your flower pot. Let me back it up here. Okay, so you'd stick that down into the clay, and then you can use regular sand. I got some sand out of my kid's sandbox, and just sprinkle it on top of the clay. You can use Elmer's glue to put it on top. It'll dry clear, and it'll hold all the sand in place and all your little flowers and leaves. Here's the lily. Start with a little ball. Go like that.
I'm sorry that the wings fell off of this doggy.
Uh-oh. We can fix that.
I want to make one.
You want to make one too? Here you go. So you take this little thing, you take some kind of pokey tool, and you poke down. You poke down the center like that. So you have your pokey thing. Make 6 lines. Make them kind of deep.
Go ahead.
Separate them. Separate each little petal.
Mom, I don't know how.
Well, that's okay. Just practice.
Mom?
Yeah.
Could I please
Make them a little pointed.
hold one of those little cookies and that sauce?
The lid's glued on, but you can hold the jar.
Why is the lid glued on?
So the cookies don't roll away.
But why don't you tie it real tight? Or put it in the string.
I use my other pokey tool. Make lines down the center of each one.
I need a little picture.
Go ahead.
So what you're gonna do is gonna take this, put it like this, stick it on.
Take a teeny piece of brown clay.
Make it to total.
Dump it in there.
Get this one.
So you have a little bit of dark color in there.
No.
And then you're gonna make a stamen, which is yellow with orange, just a little bit of orange. So it's careful. It's just a little bit darker than your flower. And you start making a snake.
Snake. Yikes.
And you put 4 little stamens in there. Just stick them right down in there. So I've put all 4 stamens in there, and I'm going to take my little piece of green wire and stick it in the bottom. Then I will take my flower and bend it and stick it in my glass jar. In the glass jar. Let them hang there. And now I'm going to go bake that. Oh, that's good. Here's how you make a leaf, the long leaf for the lily. Roll out your little snake.
Can I please have that?
Which one?
The thing that you're using. And I want this, please.
Yeah, you can clear that. Then you can put a little line down the middle. Let me get this closer so you can actually see.
Yeah.
Put the line down the middle, just a very slight line, just barely. You can barely even see it.
Oh, can I please have this?
I'm gonna need that back.
Oh no.
I'm gonna make a point on the end. Let's stick that in the dirt. And bend it in the shape you want, and then you can lay it on the side when you go to bake it. To make to make a lily bud, you're gonna roll a little piece of clay, and it'll be a little bit thicker on one end than on the other. And you're gonna slice it just on the outside, so it looks like it's about to split open into two different halves. Just try and keep it uniform. And stick it on a piece of wire. Here's our little potted plant, our little pot that we're going to be using. And I have the flowers. They're baked and ready to be put in.
I need some help.
One moment, Catherine. Here are the leaves. You take just any old little piece of clay. Doesn't matter the color because it's going to be covered up anyway, so this is the time to use old clay if you have any that you want to get rid of. And you shove it down in the bottom.
I'm not.
But make sure you leave enough space in the top that you're going to be able to put sand in there and that it'll stay. So shove that down in the bottom. And this is after I've already stuck the leaves in and the flowers in, and you want to bend those lilies at like a 90-degree angle on those big flowers. And you can see there's a little flower bud right here. And then if you look in the top there, you can see all the clay and it looks really bad down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that sand out of my kid's sandbox, and I'm just going to put the sand right on top, and that'll make it look like dirt. Okay, so you just put your glue all over it because it'll dry clear, your Elmer's glue. Now I'm going to show you how to make a little vase with water and some other, I have some white lilies that I made with pink stamens. So you have your little tiny vase that you get at Hobby Lobby in the jewelry section. And you use liquid nails like in your husband's toolbox and a little baby syringe thingy. And you take gel food coloring, you squirt the liquid nails inside there. You take your gel food coloring and you just put a tiny little, oh, that's way too much. Oh well, you put that in there and you start mixing it. And you mix it until it's all blue. So I have my little jar here and I have this full of blue, and there's red on the outside, but it's dried so it doesn't really matter. So you just take this little thing and you shove it down in your vase without hurting yourself, and you squish. I'm going to shove it down there. And it'll dry in the liquid nails, so it'll be really nice. Toothpaste lid vase, and the glue isn't quite dry in there, but it will be, and it has the sand on top, and those are yellow lilies. And then we also have our white lilies with pink stamens in the blue vase.